Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading is for Saturday, January 23rd, 2021. Oops, we had this card earlier in the week. On this one too, my goodness. Okay. Ooh, now that's better to have reversed. Okay, so we have for the theme the Six of Swords, which is moving to calmer, more peaceful waters, calmer, more peaceful, transformational transitions emotionally, because of course, we are dealing with the water in this card. This card can often be about inner journeys, like doing journey work inside to help become more undefended. Because when the Nine of Wands is reversed, we definitely have to look at where we've been resisting anything inside of us and how futile that is, that we don't need to do that. Now, it can sometimes be a card that comes up if you're just not feeling good because you feel like you've been through a battle. And if that's the case, then know that things are going to shift and you're going to move away from it. But with this Three of Swords reversed here, I think this has to do with like walking away or moving away, being able to leave your big baggage behind and you just have your essential real self and you're moving forward in a way that your broken heart that was, broken is now healing. So this is actually a pretty good card to have reversed because it does bring in, if someone hurt you in the past, sometimes this card comes in when they've apologized or when you have forgiven them, which doesn't mean that you're still with them. It just means that, you processed through the pain and you have forgiven the past. Other times it can be that that there's just a reconciliation has come through because they did apologize. They didn't mean to, say the mean words. They didn't mean for the swords to go into your heart. Look at that. That's painful. Sometimes this card can be, because look at her, she's screaming. Sometimes this card can come through when it's like just scream into a pillow. Now, when it's reversed, oftentimes I go to the prior card before, and that's the Two of Swords. So that has everything to do with making a decision. It has, here, let me pull it out real quick. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it right here. This has to do with the need to make a decision. And sometimes you don't have all the information you need, and you're trying to move on. You're really trying to move on, but if you don't have the information that you've needed to forgive, if you don't know, a lot of people don't know that to actually forgive someone is something that you do for yourself, not for them. Because when you forgive, when we go into forgiveness, when we just make that decision to, because we felt the pain and we've been through it, if you're still holding on to, you're needing them to say a certain thing for you, or to you, so that you can let go, if you're waiting for them to say that they're really sorry, and you're holding on to that, then you won't be able to forgive and just move forward. You have to do it for yourself. You definitely want to forgive, for yourself. And that doesn't mean that you let them hurt you again. That doesn't mean that that you're deciding to get back into a relationship with them. It just means that you're forgiving and moving on for yourself. Now, sometimes this card comes through when, like I was saying before, when there is that reconciliation, and then you really can move forward, and it's just, a difficult thing. I mean, that's happened to me many times with my friends. It's like either me or they, one of us said something that opened up, like triggered, some old wounding, and without meaning to at all. Or sometimes we just have those human moments where we make a mistake. Well, you can always do repair work with your friends. You can go to them and say, I think I made a mistake, I screwed up. Or they tell you like right away, ooh, that hurt. Did you really mean that? And then you can have, if you get to that, if you're in that place where you're undefended with them and you let them know that it did hurt, then you can move forward into a completely new experience with them. And you've left some baggage behind. And oftentimes when people say something that's kind of judging or rejecting, which is often about, what the Three of Swords straight up is about, usually, they're just projecting their reality onto you. Because if you're being judged harshly or, being judged, that way from any friends, it's never your fault. Yeah, it's never your fault. It's usually their own stuff that they're projecting onto you. There's just transference going on. Or they're afraid, and it's their fear that they're projecting on. It's their fear. They're thinking that this is the way life is, and they're trying to help you, like, not be in that anymore, especially if you're feeling kind of beat up and exhausted. And maybe, in the past, they've been the ones that have kind of beaten you up and you're feeling exhausted. So now you're moving on, and there's forgiveness in your heart for the whole situation, and now you're free. Because this card is excellent. We did get it earlier in the week, I think a couple of days ago, and this card is all about moving on, moving forward, and healing. And it's a card of relief. So a relief from the broken heart, a relief that causes forgiveness, and there's a relief of the need to defend against it anymore. So that's excellent. That's really, really beautiful. And then if it's not about any broken heart or forgiveness, that can just be that we're feeling kind of tired this day, and we need to rest. It can have to do with recovering from a health issue, and then we're moving on, and it's a transition, and like I said before, healing. And maybe, maybe it's even for some of you, or at some point someone watching, like heart surgery. Maybe somebody had heart surgery and you're recuperating and healing. And it does feel like it's been a battle, but you're moving forward and you are healing. So hold on to that. Hold on to the place where you're always healing and you're always moving forward. Even if that means that moving forward is being flat on your back for a day or 3 weeks or a month, and you're up and down just enough to to maintain your body. But this card is beautiful, so hold on to that. Okay, thanks you guys. That's all I have for today. Take good care. Bye.